But there's been one issue there that's dominated headlines this afternoon. A recount in one of the voting districts. Has all been settled?
Absolutely, Tembegile, and good afternoon. The issue of recounts in four, in fact, of the voting districts and the municipality have since been resolved. Although we couldn't get the exact reason as to what happened, but hours just before the briefing takes place, those issues were resolved, and the IEC was in a position to declare the results. So for now, we have the results. The ANC is currently sitting at, has managed to get 44 seats, and then they are followed by the IFP with 13 seats, the DA with 11, the EFF with 8 seats, and there were also about 4 smaller parties that only managed to get 1 seat. The ANC, however, they've recorded an 8-seat down if you compare to their previous performance. But I'm going to chat to Provincial Chairperson Sihlezi Galala. Thank you so much, Chair, for your time. Just the reaction of the ANC, 8 seats down when you compare to the 2014 elections.
Well, firstly, we would like to congratulate the IEC for the manner in which they've conducted the elections. We want to thank all agencies and institutions that were part of running the elections for the role they've played in ensuring that the elections go smooth and without hindrances. As the African National Congress will be undertaking a full assessment of what happened and what caused this decline. We can take it as a decline, but firstly, you must also analyze what were conditions that happened. We went to elections, firstly, under a situation where our province and the country is faced by serious challenges, lack of economic growth, unemployment, but also before elections were affected by strikes as well as devastating floods. And if you will see, it then impacted on the voter turnout. It is not that the people of the ANC deserted the ANC to another party, but they decided to stay at home. As the ANC, we will be then doing more introspection on the causes of that as we go forward for the ANC survival and organizational work, but also for the next local government elections.
Chairperson, we pulled you while you were still addressing the media, the ANC media briefing. Some of the issues that you mentioned were the issues that affected the party since the ANC, the provincial conference in 2015. How deeply was affected that conference affected the party, and how much are you trying to recover from it?
I think we are at a good level of trying to build unity. We are trying to restore unity in the organization and within all structures. Ours now is to go forward and try to respond into issues of concern from the people. Yes, from 2015 up until 2017, the province went through quite a challenging moment, characterized by lack of unity, contesting each other in public and all of that. Since the provincial conference, which only took place last year, July, we have been trying to pull and build unity. And that work is what have helped us to run an effective campaign responding to all issues. So we will need to do more and thorough analysis on causal factors for the low voter turnout, but continue to cement unity of the ANC.
Lastly, Chairperson, let's talk about another burning issue in the province, the issue of political killings. It looks like it's now mainly within the African National Congress.
That is affecting us, but that's why we, the ANC, were the one to call for the Commission of Inquiry that was led by Advocate Judge Mwerane. Secondly, it was us who said the President must do an intervention, and the task team assembled by President is seen doing progress, and we are in support of the work, and we say, let's continue to do that. Ours is to ensure that we give support to that work, stabilize the organization, and strengthen, regain the support of the African National Congress.
Thank you so much, Chairperson. Maybe just before I let you go, is the party, are you done with the deployment issue? Do we know who is going to be our next premier?
We will be discussing that going forward, and the NEC will finalize that and take a decision. As yet, we have not discussed it, and we will discuss it at an appropriate time.
Thank you so much. That was the ANC chairperson in KwaZulu-Natal, Sihlezi Galala, responding to the issues just after the declaration of the provincial result. They are down with 8 seats. In previous administration, they had about 52 seats in the provincial legislature. Now they are sitting at 44. He attributed that to the challenges that faced by the ANC as a party, as well as the province and the ANC government, saying there were lots of challenges that, in particular, the protest and the flood that prevented people from coming out in numbers to vote for the ANC. So he's saying that it's not exactly that the people deserted the ANC, but instead they stayed at home because they couldn't go out and vote.
Dube-Ncube at the IEC's Provincial Results Centre in Durban, KwaZulu-Natal. Thank you.